It's crazy. I would be willing to bet that there's over 100 abandoned homes in this town. Welcome back to the Abandoned Project. Today I'm checking out the town of Trona, California, which is about 45 minutes outside of Ridgecrest. That's the closest major town. And this is not a ghost town, but the amount of abandoned buildings that are in this town, I felt like warranted an exploration. Trona was established in the early 1900s as a mining town. Borax was the main mineral that they mined from here. The town was created for the workers of the first mine. There still are a few different mining operations located throughout town, and there are some people that still work here. The last census information that I could find said that in 2015, about 2,000 people lived here, and I find that really, really hard to believe, because I would want to say that probably more than half of the houses that are here are completely abandoned. You drive down any street and you just see tons and tons of abandoned houses. And the amount of abandoned businesses here is also really crazy. I just pulled up to the Shell gas station, which looks very new, and it looks like it is just closed. Very, very recent. That plywood looks brand new. Even the Family Dollar couldn't make it. That's crazy. There are still a few properties that are operating in town. There's a general store and a gas station. I passed one restaurant that is still open, but the vast majority of places are closed. As far as going inside any of the abandoned buildings, I'm exercising a little bit of caution because there are still people that are living in these houses, and a lot of them are kind of run down. The last thing I really want to do is walk into somebody's house or a building that they purchased that's next to their house and have somebody draw a gun on me. So just take that into consideration, that if you are going to be going into any buildings here, there are still a lot of people out here, and be careful. Some of these spots, it's actually kind of hard to tell what's abandoned and what's not, because they're all kind of run down. So like, I think that general store that I just passed, that's still operational. It's a trip. Just driving around all these streets is really, really crazy to see. There's just so much stuff left behind. Found this huge building. I have no idea what it is, but it's pretty boarded up. It looks real new. Now where the town of Trona is, it is really desolate. There aren't any natural water sources in the area, no clean drinking water. So all the water that they have and use for the residents and the mines, they have to bring in. So there's no like water available for, you know, grass or lawns or anything like that. And there's actually a high school here in Trona, and they are pretty famous because they have a football field and they just play on dirt. They don't have AstroTurf, they don't have any grass. They just play on really hard sandy dirt. I think they're kind of proud of that also, which is cool and definitely pretty unique. I've never seen another high school that has a dirt football field. The main way to get mining supplies in and out of Trona is by railroad, and the railroad has a really unique turnstile at the end of it. It's a very big loop that all of the train cars will turn around in. So if you're into the railroads and stuff like that, that's definitely a pretty cool thing to see. Aside from the residential properties, any of the abandoned buildings you're gonna find, they're more closed up than abandoned. It seems like they're kind of cared for. People take a little bit of pride in some of the community centers and things like that that are no longer operational. But there are a lot of residential buildings, a lot of homes that are just open to the elements. And there's a lot of them here. It's crazy. I would be willing to bet that there's over 100 abandoned homes in this town, which is wild just to think about. So a little more history about Trona. The town went through various stages of economic boom due to the different minerals that they mined out of here, particularly right around World War II. There was a big boom in potash. I guess this was the #1 supplier for the US's potash. But around the 70s, things started slowing down quite a bit. The mines changed ownership, and the new owners didn't really want this town to be an area where a lot of the miners lived, so they kind of encouraged people to commute in from Ridgecrest, which is about 25 minutes away. So I think that kind of led to the demise. That, coupled with how harsh the environment is out here, it's a pretty rough place to live. But I gotta give it to the people that are sticking it out here. They're definitely diehard. And it's probably one of the cheapest places to buy a house in California. So there's that. As for other things to do in the area, there's not much going on. This is pretty close to the Trona Pinnacles, which is a really cool geological feature that a lot of people like to go and ride dirt bikes or four-wheelers around. It's also a really popular spot for photography just because it is a really unique landscape. You might pass through this town if you're kind of going the back way into Death Valley, but other than that, there's no real reason to come out this way, unless you like abandoned stuff like I do, and then it's really awesome. I think that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate the support on this channel. If you could hit that subscribe button and maybe drop a comment, that helps with the algorithm, and it would help me to continue to make these videos. So until next time, thanks for watching. Peace out.